Iswagwe, can you hear us?
Clear.
Yeah, let it turn down his television.
Excellent. Could you just
mute down your television?
The volume of Mr. Egoh, we got it. We got that, Mr. Egoh.
I can hear you.
But as he's helping us to say, please mute the volume of your TV set. Go ahead now, Mr. Iswagwe.
I've done that.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Okay. My name is Iswagwe, calling from Abuja.
Okay.
Honestly, I think News On Wike is doing quite well. A lot of projects are going on. And of course, this is what we need in federal capital. Wike spot on from the time he was Minister of State for Education. That is when we actually spotted him as a man who will always do well in any position. But the greatest problem I think we are having now is there's so much distraction that is taking place. It is affecting not just Rivers State, the entire nation. We all remember what happened in the First Republic, the Western region, how the crisis that started there snowballed into a national crisis, and at the end of the day, the military coup that took place and so on and so forth. I think the political class should not see this problem as a problem of Rivers State. They should come together and find a lasting solution to it. It is not everything that goes on that will be seen as just mere politics. It is affecting the nation. The economy is not doing too well. And to bring about a crisis that can grind the entire nation, I don't think it will give us any good. So, Minister Wike, we know you to be a man that is hardworking, but please try as much as possible to bring down the tension that is growing in the nation. That's my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling in. Okay, please continue.
My take on that, is the last speaker is not far from the truth. Like they say, if you have a small injury in a finger, it can affect the entire body, even though it is just on one small finger. So the issues in Rivers must be handled well. And I want to commend Mr. President on this, because when this issue happened, Mr. President called the actors, which is Wike, Fubara, and other leaders in Rivers State together. And they came to Abuja, and they brought up a program how to achieve peace. All of them agreed to it, and they went back. Now, having gone back, if some people were not showing good faith in the implementation, what I think they needed to do is to report back to Mr. President, instead of engaging in fiscal and creative problem in the whole place. The governor of Rivers State, he has an interest to ensure that he governs well and the place operates smoothly. Of course, I'm sure that Wike, who is from Rivers State, would not be happy if Rivers State is on fire. My advice is that the governor can reach the president easily, and there are leaders in Rivers who can also reach the president. My advice is let the governor call the president, report back to the president, and say, look, Mr. President, the peace program you gave to us, I have done my part. I have tried to do my part. But the other people are creating problems that made it impossible for me to perform or to do my part. Then the president will call them back and look at areas of friction so that the issue can be amicably settled. Let me tell you, I've been in politics for a long time, having been elected councillor twice in Lagos State and being the public secretary of a party in Lagos State, went to House of Rep twice in Lagos State. I know that a major political issue cannot be settled with just one discussion. That discussion that was held the first time in major issues will not satisfy some parties. But what you need to do is continuous continuous discussion, not to take up arms and say, oh, we fight. Because when you go into a fight, at the end of the day, the state will suffer it. So my advice to Fubara is that he is the governor of Rivers State. Let it go back to Mr. President. It's not weakness. Go back to Mr. President. Look, I'm the governor of this state. so things are happening that is preventing me from ruling this place well. Mr. President,
all right.
let's look at the agreement again. Also, people are the people who are making it impossible for us to reach agreement. Call them, and by the time they call them, everybody will bring his grievances, and the issue can be settled amicably.
Mr. Governor Fubara would make that kind of a call if indeed that is the way he feels about the situation. But Funsho has called in from Minna in Niger State. Good morning, Mr. Funsho.
Hello, good morning, Uncle Yori.
Thank you for calling in.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you, your guest. You see, I really enjoy your guest. Your guest has set my mind. You see, Wike is a man I loved. Honestly, I've not met him before, but I loved him. I wish I could meet him because of what he has been doing right from Port Harcourt when he was the governor of the River State. And he brought it back down to Abuja, which is very, very, very okay. Because, like you rightly said, before you can surpass Nasser El-Rufai, you have to do a lot of jobs to surpass El-Rufai's effort. And that is what Wike is doing now. Because when he assumed office, they were saying Wike must go. But now Wike must stay. Because I have friends that work with the FCT. In fact, they are really in love with Minister Wike now. Because he is doing what is expected of him, and he is doing what the previous minister has not done. Like your guest rightly said, promotion of people from director to secretary, to parent secretary, paying their arrears, doing what they are supposed to do. So, and the issue of River State, from my own little experience, at least Wike is not from FCT. You should train E2 with Rivers because you will still go back home for politics. So, but it should be like 20% in the Rivers and then 80% in the FCT, so that if you get so, you can make something at home. So that's my contribution.
Thank you very much, Mr. Funsho. Interesting.
Thank you. I think I agree with you. You know, I'm sure that I've never spoken. I'm not from Rivers, so. I don't have strong position, but I'm sure that His Excellency Mr. Wike will be happy also if issues in Rivers are settled. It takes two to make a pair. What advice is that all the actors should reach to Mr. President. Let's respect the President. If the President, you know, in his wisdom, can call them to say, hey, let us settle this issue. It shows the President understands that fire should not be in any part of the state is governing. And he has a good intention of ensuring that everything is settled. But like I said, if the governor, who is the one on seat, believes that there are activities or actions that is making it impossible for him to rule the place, let him report to Mr. President. And Mr. President can call the actors, let everybody state his part, maybe have an arbitration on it, and then come out with a blueprint that will be a win-win for each side. If each side is not satisfied, okay, retreat this, and then let Rivers work. Personally, I want to see Rivers working. It is in the interest of Wike, who have done so much in Rivers, for the governor of Rivers to operate smoothly. It's also in the interest of leaders in Rivers State that the governor should work well. Don't forget, two of them are two sons of Rivers State. And Wike was the one who put Fubara there. And Wike will be happy if Fubara works hard, you know, like he did, emulates him. That will show that Wike did not make a mistake by putting Fubara there.
Okay, then.
Quarreling and abusing.
Sorry, sir.
I think they need to work together as a team.
On the, affairs of River State, because I'm sure Mr. Fubara will be, quick to say that the electorate put him there, but I understand the meaning you might have. There have been so much that has been said. Benga has called in from